Good morning, morning.
Good morning.
I was in my demo,
Mm-hmm.
mm, and so I got a little confused a little bit, but I'm getting it. I think I got confused um, in the process of trying to figure out what do you do if it doesn't come back to the price doesn't go back to the golden zone.
To the golden zone.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to look at
I'm gonna go get some tea. I'll be right back.
okay.
So, Miss Kemp,
Hi, Todd.
did y'all make money this week?
Yes, sir.
Woo, Lord, my face on so I can see. Um, hey, do you guys do back testing?
Um, kind of sorta.
I wanna back test today because I'm curious to see how everybody back tests.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, one of the single most powerful things for me in my trading journey was to be able to back test to see, um, one, if a strategy worked, but more importantly, to see what went wrong, on trades. And I think that everybody in this group would kind of benefit from from back tests. Um, and maybe you'll see some things that you don't normally do, or vice versa. Maybe you can show me some things that I don't normally do. But I think the important piece is, we had a hypothesis, and we always have a hypothesis before the week begins. We call out a trade or an idea or a direction, and then the market does what it does, and we either win or lose, during that 5 day time period. And some of us may win or lose and never go back to figure out why, or even in a winning trade to figure out, maybe how you could have came out a little bit better. So, did anybody take any trades this week? Bueller?
Yes.
Bueller? Who else took trades? This the only way this group is going to work is if you're a full participant. Not going to work if you just come to watch me every weekend. Not going to work. Not going to work for you. It'll continue to work for me, but it won't work for you. So
So CAD chef.
what's that?
Is it CAD? GDP, CAD chef.
So you took GDP CAD or CAD Chef or both?
Both.
Are those the only two trades you took this week?
Let me see.
While you're looking,
The USD JPY.
okay, hold on. I just want you to be prepared with your trades. Like how many and which ones? Alicia, what about you?
So you see one. I took I took USD JPY.
So
I
first,
entered
okay,
on-
wait. I want you to be ready with your trades and how many trades you took. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anybody else?
This Rosa, I took the UJ.
Okay, Rosa, you took one trade?
Yes.
Okay. Be ready with your trade. Anybody else? All right. Can you, this is what I want to do. Whoever took the trade can share their screen. We'll start with Leandra. You can explain.
I'm making a cup of tea at the moment, so someone's gonna have to go next.
Okay. All right. We can go to the next, Alicia.
Wait, I have to switch the Zoom onto the other computer. Give me seriously, I have to.
No, I get it. Okay. Rosa, are you on a laptop?
No, I'm on my iPhone.
On the phone. Okay. So, all right, this is what I want to do. I want the person to be able to share their screen, share the setup, share their confirmations, and then like take us through the trade. Does everybody understand what we're trying to do here?
Yes.
Anybody else take trades? Or now all of y'all gonna be quiet? Felicia, Angie, Sweet Pete. This is only going to work if you're not afraid to learn. This might be your breakthrough moment.
I do have, good morning, everyone. I have some questions, Todd.
Go
It's
ahead.
Bart.
Go
Do you
ahead.
want me to ask? Oh, okay. It's about on the weekly. I know that when we go to the weekly, we find the order block. And if it's not an order block, I get a little mixed up feeling like, okay, if it shows a bullish order block, so you go back and find a bearish entry, if I'm correct. And
Okay, let's I'm gonna stop you right there. You're confused about the weekly order block setup, right?
yes. And
So-
I go ahead.
Let me I'll just go first and I'll share my screen and I'll kind of walk you through the trade setup. And then you'll understand kind of what we're looking for, or maybe just the thought process of the person who's actually taking the trade setup. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna erase this this last week's red line, and we'll talk this through. Okay, this is last week, whatever. I have a bearish order block. We get a tap in this week, then we get the down move. last week, or actually, this was actually the previous week, it re-tapped into this new order block and started pushing down. So my expectations would have been for this trade to push down during the week. All right. Now, I'm cognizant of the moving average, right? But the thing that gives me directional bias is the back-to-back bearish order block. The fact that we broke and closed the first moving average, we retested and rejected that moving average. I would expect that we would break through this second moving average this week. So I would come into the week looking for a bearish movement on my charts, right? So
Right.
it dropped down to the 4 hour, right? There's a bearish order block, but I don't necessarily trust this. I need to see either the market push up and back down, or I need to see it push down, back up, retest to sell back down, okay?
Okay, gotcha.
This is just me. So I'm gonna roll the tape. Okay, you see how we gotta, see how the market went way back up here, retested
Yeah.
this level?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I need to be looking for bearish movement. Okay, I could take this trade right here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Let's just say we did take this trade right here. So on this side, I didn't take this trade right here. We were in UJ. All right, really, I can probably look for this low right here.
Oh, wow. Well, nice. Wow.
So I almost got it. If I'm managing this trade properly, I'm getting, I would have gotten out. Even if if it didn't hit my TP, I would have definitely closed this trade out because I'm not risking. This is 199 pips that I was chasing.
Right.
And I'm not going to throw those 199 pips away because it didn't give me the last 8 pips. So I got 191 out of 199 pips. I'd have been cool with that. It's over 7%. Let me. So it's right at 7%. So if you had got 2 positions in this trade, you won. Okay. Now I didn't take that trade, so I'm not going to trip. But you saw the setup. You understood my rationale why I was looking for it to be bearish, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay. So let's just say you did partake in that trade. The week goes on. You're looking for some other setup. You notice that the market pushes right back up here to the same level. Gives you a bearish 4 hour. That's the trade that I did catch, right? So
Okay.
I saw this bearish 4 hour. Now, I didn't catch this in my live account, my funded account, because I already made my almost 13% on UJ. But when I saw this bearish order block, I was all over this trade. What I did at that point was drop down to the 1 hour, right?
Right.
Now you can do the 15-minute or whatever. I had my reasons. So my reasoning behind me dropping to the 1 hour is because of this big A order block, man. Right? So I'm just trying to perfect things, for the future for me. This helps me as a trader. This is a 60 pip stop loss. I encourage anybody who sees this to take this trade, but for me, I'm working on a better system for myself. So I don't want to take the 60 pip stop loss, but it's already showing me that we're going down. So I want to drop down to the 1 hour. And if you give me a good look on the 1 hour, I'm going to take it. And you can see where the trade came right out. This was the order block. It came right out of that order block on the 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, gives me my setup that I'm looking for, right? Now, 21 pip stop loss, a lot better for me. I can hop in this trade. Again, I can take this trade to this level, right?
Right.
So that's where I have my trade set up. And I let it ride. If you notice, I got my second entry on the 15-minute right here from this order block. This order block is like 4 pips. You know, I had like an 8 pip stop loss, I want to say, even though it was 4. But I mean, it was still a great setup. Let me see. So if you notice, this is a 13% position. Just that one position is 13%. Let me get that one on that hour. So this is 20% between these two positions. If I get down here to take profit, I end up stopping my trade out right here. So it was 13 and 5. That's actually 6%. So about an 18% trade for me.
Hello?
Can y'all hear
We
me?
can't hear anything.
Okay, it'll come back. Y'all hear me?
He'll come back. His
Yeah, so
internet.
yeah, y'all got to get used to it. So
He'll come back.
this was a 125 pip trade that paid me about 18%. And you can see how it played out. You know, I always look for ways that I could have been better. Instead of me taking this 1 hour setup, if I had just waited and took 2 positions at this 15-minute setup, geez, man, I mean, that'd have been almost 30%. So, you know, it's all mindset, man. Like if you never go back and look at this stuff, then you're never prepared for the next time, right? It was a reason why I wanted the market to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know it was going to come all the way back to the same area, but when it pushed down and started coming back up, I just need to see it come back to this basic area, and I'm getting in for the sell. So it's just what you're looking for. Like it's confirmation, and my confirmations for this trade was that it set up on the 4 hour. It gave me that bearish order block, right?
Right.
The time of the day was perfect, you know, like this 4 hour order block was, as you can see, the start of this 4 hour candle was 7 a.m. So 11 p.m. it gave, at the close at like 11 p.m. my time, this candle closed. So I was looking for my setup, and I didn't get my setup until I want to say it was right at the close of business. Anything else is lost. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So this is the 5 o'clock candle. So they gave me the order block at the close of the day. So right before the close of the day, I entered this trade. You know, Euro NZD has a nasty spread, but I didn't care because the setup, you know, I wasn't going to violate my account. The setup was valid. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, you know, I put the 1% on it. You know, it might have drew me down another percent. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. But as soon as Asian session opened up, it pushed down, right? And at the start of London session, I was out of the trade. See, this is 1 a.m. my time.
Yes, I see it. Yes.
Done. Easy money. If you never back test, you never see this type of thing.
I feel like I got it.
Yeah. So the bias was.
Todd, there was a question before everybody got on the call. Can you find a weekly order block that doesn't come back to that does not come back to the
Golden
50%.
zone.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them. Let me see.
That was my question too.
Yeah, and just kind of show like
Here's the one that doesn't come back right here. Weekly bearish order block doesn't come back. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, this is really the type of question that all of us should kind of understand. Now, this is a bearish order block, right? I can look at this cliff that it fell off of. I'm looking at my moving averages, right? Is the market consolidating like it is up here, or is it trending?
It's trending.
Okay, so if this doesn't give you a higher high and start pushing back up, then chances are it's going to keep trending, right?
Right.
How do you enter a market that's trending?
Enter close to or near the MA. It's when it's retracing.
Can you say that again and don't abbreviate? Don't say the abbreviation. Can you say it, please? So because people don't understand.
Sorry. Enter when it's retracing back to the moving average in order to basically pick a better entry on your way down.
Okay, does everybody understand it?
Yeah, wait for a pullback.
What'd you say?
Basically what Elfie just said, just wait for a pullback in price.
Right, but it's not just any pullback. You want to be close to these. The moving averages are pretty much your guide, right? As long as you have them laid on correctly, right? Like when I say correctly, when price touches them, it falls. When it touches them, it falls. When it touches them, it falls. It's not loosely laid on. It's not going to the middle of price like it is right here. See how the moving averages are going to the middle of the price? These are no good. But moving averages don't work well for consolidation. They work well for trends. So if a market is trending and it's trending down, every time price gets close to your moving average, it's going to fall. It gets close to your moving average, it's going to fall. Close to your moving average, it's going to fall. Close to your moving average, it's going to fall. So if you're selling when price gets close to the moving average, you're going to be fine. With that in mind, I mean, so if you guys remember, one of the questions that I always say or always have is, do you have the answers to your questions before you get into the trade? So one of the questions is, what is my entry, right? Your entry method is going to vary. It's going to be different for a trending market than it is for a market that's in consolidation. You'll get an order block, you'll get tapped in, and you can ride the trade during the market that's in consolidation. So if you had got this trade up here when the market was in consolidation, gives you an order block, comes back, taps you right in, and then it drops. But now you're trying to catch the drop as it starts dropping already. So you may not come back and get a tap in, right? So what you're going to have to do is wait till you get this bearish 4-hour order block. You don't get it. You see that extreme drop. You're going to wait till price comes back to your moving averages. Right there. You see that? Did everybody see that wick?
I didn't.
You didn't see it?
No. Sorry. I mean, I see it now after, but I was writing down the notes and then it happened.
Okay. No, it's fine. I don't know if I can go back, but it'll probably get us another. This green candle showed rejection.
Okay,
Right.
I see. Right.
So once you got that rejection, you could have entered anywhere on this green candle, right? You're going to go in a little drawdown. That's cool. You know, drawdown is part of trading. You just want to understand that your trade is pushing in your direction. So at any point during this green candle, whether you did it as soon as it rejected or you did it at the end of this green candle, you entered, right?
Okay.
You would have went and draw down anyway on this red candle. And then you would have pushed straight into profit. And it's just dropping. So you see how this wick right here?
Yes. That's a tap in.
You could have got a second entry on this wick.
Right. I see that too. Okay.
And look at the ferocious, look at the crazy drop, man. This is probably a news wick though, to be honest. Tuesday.
Todd, can you oh, well, never mind. Sorry. I was gonna say, can you show that wick on like the hour time frame?
This is definitely a news wick. Probably a 15-minute, you can probably, I don't know if it'll let me do the 15-minute. It did. But this is the actual move that you want to be in. This is a news candle, so who knows if we would have truly been in on this candle. But you could have got in right here when it came back to the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if either we are watching it on like the 1 hour or on the 4 hour,
Uh-huh.
and a wick like that or a candle like that is forming, first it's, you know, like it's gonna look like a green candle. I mean, that news candle wick, right?
Right.
Before it's done, when should we enter and how would we know it's not actually breaking this
Well, so
moving out?
I think that right there is a news candle, so it'll be hard to call. But at any time that I'm in a downtrend, right? The weekly suggests that we're going south. I'm in the downtrend. Whenever price touches this green line, I'm selling. That's me, right? Now maybe my hedge picks up in this scenario. Like, I really like this scenario a lot better, but you know, maybe your hedge picks up. Let's just say you get in and your hedge picks up, but it falls right back down. So you can close out your hedge, you know, as it's falling, or, you know, just in increments. You know, you can wait every 10 pips, close out a little bit, or however you decide to do that. But this is definitely, I mean, to me, it never would have been a question on which direction it's going. You just have to understand, like, I think back testing is the answer to that question, because weekly trends aren't just broken like that, right? You're not free falling and then all of a sudden you go up, unless it's you know, some news event that causes trend reversal. But you're not going to reverse trends on the weekly time frame. You're gonna go with that trend. So, I mean, you can hear me say it, but the only thing that's going to prove it to you is sessions like we're doing today. Like, this needs to be done every week. Everybody needs to grab their pairs, you know, either pairs that they've traded or pairs that they plan to trade, or they saw a weekly order block and back test it. Once you see it enough, you'll understand, man, you know, I could have made all these pips, or I could have made all this money, you know, if I just traded what the weekly order block told me. And I got it. It didn't go back and tap in. Hey, sometimes that's going to happen, but we understand it didn't tap in because it was trending, right? You know, we have to be prepared either way as a trader. Hey, am I in a trending market, or am I in a consolidated area? Two different entry techniques, and probably two different confirmation methods, right? your confirmations are going to be based more on a moving average during a trending market than it is on a consolidating market. Consolidating market, maybe you're doing a break and retest. There is going to be no break and retest. It's just going to be a break and go, you know, on a trending market. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to get too far off of what I was doing with Euro NZD. I basically gave you an example of how you can back test, how I back test, and during my back testing, I could have made quadruple what I made this week if I had just taken 2 trades here and 2 trades here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. I mean, we're never going to make all the money we could have made, but it's important to go back and look, because if you just look at this candle, if you're on a weekly time frame, you're gonna say, oh man, I could have made 125 pips or whatever, right? That's how we tend to do this. 145 pips. Yeah, but that thing, it basically made that move twice in those 145 pips. So, it behooves us to go back and look at actually, what actually happened and how we could have taken advantage of this situation. So let me shut up and
wait,
stop.
can I ask one more? I'm sorry,
Sure,
can I ask one
sure.
more question? Remember when you said you would have got out of the trade
Right.
on the same pair? When you said that, does that mean you just sit there and watch it, or?
Well, so no, it doesn't mean that you sit there and watch it. But when you look at what time this stuff transpired right here, this is the area that I was talking about, right?
Right.
This is London session. I'm up. This is the session that I generally trade.
Right.
At 2 in the morning, I'm looking at my chart. So yeah, I would have been looking at this trade. And here's what you have to know, right? Have you ever been in a trade at the end of a session?
Well, I know the sessions. I've been up, so yeah, they get some get violently, some yes.
Yeah. So if you look at what happened, your trade came down. The first
Right.
hour they ran it back up.
Right.
So they're spooking you out the trade. The next hour, boom, it went lower, right?
Right.
So I can take my profit, at 109 pips versus 125 pips. I still made 18, 19%, right?
Gotcha.
So
Right.
do I want to wait?
Risk it. Mhm.
Yeah, it's to me, it's risk and it's opportunity cost, right? So the opportunity cost is, hey man, I can just close this trade and lay back down and go to sleep, up 18%, or I can go to work. I can go to battle for the next hour. This is an hour. Basically it took 2 hours. So this candle is probably the 3 o'clock candle. And I could have made, for 2 more hours, I could have made an additional 20 pips. You do the math. I don't know what makes sense for you as a trader, but when you do this long enough, you have to kind of understand when enough is enough.
Right.
Hey, sometimes, hey, look, just take the night off, go to sleep. You made your money. Just go to sleep. So that's pretty much what I did. I didn't worry about this right here. And if you look at it, it just basically hung out in the same area for the rest of the week. So it's a win-win. Everybody wins. There's not a wrong way. You could have done it that way. It would have cost you an extra 2 hours of sleep for 20 pips. And I was good. It's a demo anyway. But I think that that's one of the questions you need to have the answer to as a trader. Like, when is enough enough? When does the risk turn around on you? Like, the risk involved when you first get this trade set up. It's going to tell you you're risking 1% for 5.89%. Well, once this trade got down here within 10 pips, now you got to take your profit. You know what I'm saying? You
Yes.
can't let the new session open it and then run the price back on you, you know? Now your psychology is jacked up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your nerves are bad. So don't do that. You know, especially if you're up, you know, this is the start of the London session. The starts of sessions are generally rough. Very rarely does a trade just keep doing the same thing. They're either
Right.
going to go take out the highs, they're going to go take out the
Mhm.
lows. You know, they're going to do something with price, probably as a deterrent, you know, more than anything. But their job is to get you out of the trade.
Right.
So let me just take my profit, you know, y'all can have it, you know. So that's just my mindset on it. And I'd rather not get into a mental battle with these market makers or the algorithms, you know, at 2 a.m. if I don't have to do it.
Gotcha. Okay, got it. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, Alicia.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yes. So I am going to be talking about the trades that I took this week and lost miserably. And the one trade that I did win and why, and we're gonna all come to a consensus on the feedback of why I lost these trades and what I could probably have done differently for these trades. So I took 3 trades this week: USD chef, CAD chef, and USD JPY. So I'm gonna start out with the one trade that I did win, which was USD JPY.
Sorry, Alicia, are you sharing your screen?
You can see it?
No, we
Oh.
just see you.
Yeah, start
You see it
sharing.
now?
It's loading.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with USD JPY. On the weekly, I'm only allowed to go down to 4-hour time frame. So on the weekly, it was not an order block, but it did move a lot of pips last week. So we are hoping for a retracement back into
Mhm.
even the 50% for it to continue going down. Went down to the daily. I don't really do anything on the daily, but I go down to the 4-hour. I went down to the 4-hour, and this was on Sunday. It was Sunday, on Monday. And I just noticed that price came to the moving averages and looked like it was pushing through the moving averages. So I entered in for buy. I won on this one. I probably should, now thinking about it, only because I knew that most of persons was trading USD JPY and I felt confident to enter in. But if I was probably looking at this on my own, I would not have entered it because it wasn't giving me enough confirmation for a buy. I would have wanted to see maybe probably a 4-hour candle close. So I probably would have entered in here, about here. Once a 4-hour candle would have closed bullish
Hey,
on the
Alicia.
moving averages, and then I would have lost that trade.
Alicia,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Where did the week start?
Right here.
So that first candle,
Mhm.
that's not a bullish order block?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay, so now I'm learning, because
I'm asking.
no, not to me.
Why not?
Well,
Because that's a
from my
doji.
interpretation, isn't the order block, this one would have had to been bearish.
So a doji candle can be either or, in my opinion, but that's cool.
Oh,
So,
okay.
that explains it for me, but that's cool.
Yeah, so now you're mentioning that to me, with the information I had then, this wasn't bullish to me.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second, let me get my headphones, so I can hardly hear you. Yeah, so I entered in And it luckily went in my favor. Let me see what I saw on the 1 hour, although I'm not supposed to go down there. So I think I felt confident when this candle closed over the moving averages, and then it pulled back a bit to enter in for the buy.
Well, you know, since we on this 1 hour, since we on a time frame, you're not supposed to be on.
Yes.
Where is your bullish order block for you to get in the trade?
Right here.
Where's your entry?
Here.
So you're late, right?
Yes.
Why?
I think I was asleep in.
Okay, so you just jumped in the trade after?
Yes.
Why?
Because I got a confirmation later, and well, to my defense, I'm only using the 4 hour time frame. So if I
What
probably
is-
could have went down on a lower time frame,
Well, what is your confirmation? That's what I'm asking you.
this confirmation here. So it was
Okay. Where's the confirmation?
so once it made the order block and then it pulled it back, and then
Okay.
I saw another candle close above like this rejection off of the moving averages. I was like, okay, let
So
me.
don't you agree your entry should have been that first candle, right? It pulled back and rejected.
Mhm.
Your entry should be at the bottom of that first candle. Not the middle of that first candle, the bottom of it, right?
Yeah.
But you weren't confident, or you just missed it?
I missed it. So I just
Okay.
like, okay, might as well get in before the whole entire movie is finished.
Okay.
Yes. So that was JPY. I'm gonna move on to USD Chef, which I lost. So let's go back to the weekly. Let's see. This was another one that was, it didn't make an order block, but it did move a lot of pips. So hoping for it to go back into the 50% at least. On the daily, nothing per se. Forward. Why did I enter this trade? Let's see. I think it's pretty much the same premise. It made a close.
What day is this?
This was on Wednesday. No, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I just marked up this. I didn't enter this trade. Yes. CAD CHF. Go back to the weekly. This one made a bearish order block. So I'm looking for it to pull back into the order block for then sell. So on the daily, not seeing anything. I think I got in here. Yes. So it made this bullish order block and was waiting for it to pull back into the order block. And I think this is the same thing with the USD JPY. I missed the entry, or I didn't wait. So the entry should have been like about here. And I just entered in once I got this bullish order block confirmation. And the stop loss was about 40 and it missed. It was just playing around in this area. I think it's an imbalance on the 1 hour. It's just playing around in this area. So I lost that trade. I had no business being in this trade because it's like nowhere near the moving averages here.
So what day did you take this trade?
On Monday.
Did it have news that day?
Let's see.
How long did you hold it?
Well, it took it out. Monday. Well, the same day. I hit the stop loss on Monday.
Okay.
Last week. Still this week. How was this? Yeah, and he had a lot of news on Monday.
So, do you normally trade news?
No, I
So
already.
my question to you, and this is rhetorical, you don't owe me an answer for it. My question to you is, if you don't normally trade news, why would you trade this pair when it has news?
As I said, I had no business being in this trade.
Well, I'm with
None
you, but
whatsoever.
like we're trying to get better.
Yes.
So, you know, part of our choices as far as the trades that we get into, we want to take the low hanging fruit. That's kind of all I want to do. You know, like I want the low hanging fruit, and I want to be in. And once I get my money, I know how to sit my butt on the sideline because I've been beat up in the market streets. So, you know, I would write down in my trade journal, you know, like the mistakes. You know, I'm in this trade. I took this trade. It had news I didn't know, or whatever the case may be. Right? The setup is not bad, but to me, the fact that it had news and you were trading it regardless is a head scratcher.
I'm working on it, Todd.
No, I get it.
I can be very impulsive, not only with it. So I'm working on it. I'm
Right.
working on it. Yes. So don't trade. I made a note. Don't be in trades I have no business being in, and look out for news. And don't trade news. The other,
To me, there's so getting into that order block. I mean, I don't really have a problem with it. You know, all I say is you got to watch it past those moving averages. But you know, I don't fault the setup. You know, I don't think anything was wrong with the setup. You know, I expected that it would go up higher too. But you know, whenever there's news, we have to throw our biases out the window and kind of wait to see what the news is and then how the price reacts. It just gives us a better chance. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I mean, we're all going to lose trades. It's going to happen. But I mean, the back testing process is to take mental notes and maybe even some physical notes, so we won't repeat that same error, you know, going forward.
Yeah. I think a faulty thought process as well is that news just accelerates what I think is going to happen. So
Well, sometimes that's true. I mean, the thing about it, news is news. And you know, I mean, a lot of times I think the news should affect a pair a certain way, and it does the opposite. You know, like a lot of times we'll get US news, and I know nobody should buy the indices, but they buy it anyway. So, you know, here's the thing. I have a bias and I have a thought process of what I think should happen. Either the charts are going to play out or they're not. But when they play out against what I think is going to happen, they play out without me. My money is not going to be involved in that. And you know, many a times, in fact, the last time the indices went up, you know, like 600 points on some news, in my opinion, it should have failed. 600 points is a lot, you know, it's like 6,000 pips. But I didn't partake, you know what I'm saying? Because it is not, I don't agree with that move, right? I wasn't anticipating it. I'm not trading it.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I just miss out on those 6K. I'll miss out on that 6,000 pip move. And I'm fine with that. So, you know, I don't have fear of missing out. You know, it's either going to play according to my rules or I ain't freaking playing.
Completely agree. Completely agree. The next one, I think a majority of these were lost in the same fashion. FOMO, fear of missing out. So USD CHF, let me see. I don't think this is the position tool. It was somewhere over here, but I think I already removed it.
So
It was
here, you traded three 3 USD pairs. And they all did the exact same thing. How much
Yes.
news did the USD pairs have last week?
A lot.
There were probably at least 10 other pair that you could have traded. Those AUD pairs, it's a lot of other pairs that you could have traded without news that probably would have given you a more desirable result. So just for future, I would really hone in on the news piece, right? Because the news piece probably kept you from making a lot of money. And I was in that UJ trade and I made my money on the UJ trade. But the thing about those trades is you got to be in those trades like when they happen. You can't come late, and try if it had went all 300 pips to the upside, you could have been late. But I don't even chance it. I get in those trades. If I'm sitting on a trade like that, I'm getting in it as soon as I can. And I'm getting out as soon as I get my money, because we're not guaranteed anything, but I appreciate you sharing, and I would just kind of make a note, that you may not want to trade, during news, or if it's a news heavy cycle, maybe you trade a different pair or something like that.
Yes. This is the only other one I did that didn't trade, that wasn't news heavy. And I was waiting for it. And it did kind of go in my favor. What was going, and probably in the next week is gonna continue. And it took out my stop loss. So this week I've learned that to not trade the news heavy pairs until I've had more experience, and also to not have fear of missing out. If the move has already gone, probably wait for a pullback or a different entry. And I think that was it.
Awesome. I also think this move is going to play out next week.
So then if it does play out, I'm waiting for it to give me a good entry before I get into it. All right, Todd, that's me. Next person, your time.
Gracias. Thank you, Alicia. Hey, this is for everybody on the call. This is the way, and the time that the learning actually takes place. It's not just going to be watching as I show you, my trade setup, or I talk about what I think is going to happen. The learning actually takes place when you can show your trade setup, the reason why you took the trade, and what you anticipated happening versus what would actually happen. All righty, I think Leandro, you're next, or one of y'all.
Okay, I'll go in. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Hi everyone. It's already been an hour, so I'm going to try and make this really short and sweet.
Hello.
Hey Barbara. So I took USD JPY last week, and this isn't the 4 hour. So let's start from the monthly. So on the weekly, it had this bearish wick. But then I think last week, Terence asked a question saying, why does Todd think this is going to pull back? like the previous week just gone, like why does Todd think the next candle's going to go up? But then I answered him a different way, but then I should have gone to the monthly and looked at the monthly, because on the monthly it's tapped into this monthly bullish order block. So that is why price on the weekly would have been going up, because it tapped into this bullish order block. So that's the reason for that. So this is why price should be going up to fill this imbalance on the weekly. So I can't remember what I did. Went to the weekly. Yeah, I fibbed up on the this last weekly candle, the bearish candle, and then the optimal trade entry was here where this orange box is. But as you can see, price didn't make it to that entry. And then I think I went down to the 15-minute. Sorry, I take screenshots, so I'm at the time. Right, okay, so I think it was on the 15-minute. So on the 15-minute, price opened on here. So I don't know if we can see that. My writing is really small because I don't like too much on my chart. So this is New York Sunday's opening price at the bottom of this candle here. So we see on Sunday price went up to this long bullish candle. So I was awake at that time. I think it was about, yeah, it was like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. So I looked on MT5 and it didn't show this bullish wick, bullish candle. So that really like threw me a bit, because obviously it had this imbalance to fill to come back to. So price was just, you know, going to this area here, like I think this was probably the 50% of the candle. So I opened up another chart of USD JPY. And then on this chart, it shows what MT5 shows, which is the gap that formed. So this is the Sunday's opening price is actually here. And this is the gap that was formed from Friday to Sunday. So this gap needed to be filled. But I don't know, that could have been filled on, you know, straight after on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday. Sometimes it takes, I think it's 48 hours for a gap to be filled. So I was thinking, I just pray it just fills on Sunday night because I really want to go to bed. I'm not waiting up for that. So this is why I marked this position, this buy position here. I got in at a position, I think it was a 0.15, literally at this entry here, because it's in this monthly bearish order block. So this is why price is bound to bounce back up and it's being respected. But then price did end up filling this fair value gap, or this gap in price at the open. So I got in for 2 more positions and then I went to sleep. And then I woke up and it was in profit. Any questions?
Did you close out the trade, Leandra?
Good question.
So I think I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I overheard or did not hear you. Like, how did you determine your entry point?
So I determined this entry point because there there was a gap in price at the open. Where is it?
Yes.
Market open. Let me put those on. So this is Sunday. This is Sunday. And this is the gap. From Friday to Sunday's open, there's a gap there. This gap needs to be filled.
Mhm.
So I was planning on putting my positions down here, but I really need to go to sleep. So I entered at the just inside the monthly bullish order block. But I also added 2 positions down here because when it did enter this area, I added those 2 positions.
So you had 3 entries.
Yeah, but they're all small.
Okay, so, but on the, was it the under? So basically, this chart right here, where you have your entry line, did you measure that long candle and like, is that the 50% and that's what you determined, or?
Go back. Go back to the one. So I was looking at. I must have measured it. Can you see this?
What? I see a chart. What are you talking?
These screenshots. Can you see them?
The screenshot?
Can you see it? The screenshot.
Is that okay?
So sorry, I take these screenshots. So it just reminds me like before and after. So this is the monthly. So that's how it looks. There's a monthly bullish order
Our chart.
price pattern. Yeah. So
Okay.
this.
And hold on, Leandra.
Yeah.
Right now, I see a 1 hour chart. I don't see a monthly chart right now. I don't know what anybody else is seeing, but I see a 1 hour chart.
Do you see it?
Now I see a weekly.
Yeah. So this is the monthly chart. Do you see this? This is a screenshot.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a monthly bullish order block. That week it tapped in. That's why it pulled back. That's why we have a wick. And then the weekly, we have this bullish candle starting. That was taken on November the 13th. So that was Sunday. I took this screenshot. And then, yeah, so I fibbed that candle and I got the 50%. And then I marked up Sunday's opening price. And then this is on the daily. There's a bearish order block on the daily. And then this is Sunday's opening price, that wick there, this bullish candle.
Okay.
And then I fibbed that opening price on the 1 hour.
That was okay. That's
Yeah,
really
so
what.
so this is what you're asking. Sorry, because I can't remember what I did. So I have to take screenshots to remember because I delete everything. Well, majority of things that I don't need, I just delete them. So yeah, this is probably where I put the fib, is at the 50% of that candle. So I fibbed it an hour after it opened. I think I had 21 minutes left.
The better traders got the 78.6 entry.
So I was just going to ask, did you take the 78 or did you take the 61?
I got both.
Oh, okay.
So I waited because I've stayed up. So this is that other chart, the FXCM instead of a conda, because it's got that gap in price. So I fibbed that one as well because I didn't know. I fibbed from the gap to the high this wick. and this is on a 1 hour. I can't see because there's a candle there, but I think it's on the 1 hour. But as you can see, price came into this 50%. So I thought, okay, cool. It's just going to go up from here. So I entered one position there, and that's where I put my buy position. I think that's what I saw, and then that's where I put my buy position. Because that's why, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, this is the 15-minute. Yeah, because I thought it was just, I didn't know if it was going to come to the 78.6 because of this bullish order block on the, what time frame is this? Sorry.
Minute. Looks like the 2 minute.
Girl, stop shouting me out, please. Gonna get me in trouble.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it probably is like a 2 minute or something, or 5 minutes. It was a low time frame anyway. But yeah, that is, and then I have like a split screen. I don't know what time frame this is. Thought it would have on, but I think that's probably like I think it's probably like a 1 minute or a 2 minute, and you can see where I got in for a buy entry, where that gap, where this gap is, where these lines are. That's where the gap is from the Sunday open, and then I got in also here as well. So. Yeah, that's where, yeah, they got in here. Near the 78, yeah, it's basically near the 78.6 fib. I got in below and above, and also at the top of the monthly bullish order block. So I had 3 entries in there. And then it tapped into the minus 27. Yeah, that's price going up. Yeah, and then I got in for 2 other positions, which I lost because I didn't take profit. That answer your question, Todd?
Thanks for sharing, Leandra. Why did you take profit? Why did you take profit?
I was working at the time.
Did you have a goal?
To be honest, I just wanted to see if it actually worked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then I should have just taken profit. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't take profit. I should have just taken profit, but I did get some profit, but not everything that I wanted, because my account did double. But yeah, that was that trade. I got in CAD share. I got in CAD share for a low lot size because I remember Todd saying on one of the calls, oh, it's going to shoot straight up. It's going to shoot straight up. And I said, no, there's news. And he's like, no, it's going to shoot straight up. So I got in for a low lot size because I didn't believe it was going to shoot straight up. And then
you didn't believe.
It took me out. It took me out. And then this,
and then it shot up.
Yes, but it took me out. And then it formed this bullish order block.
But the hedgers never got taken out.
I wasn't going to hedge.
No, you're not a hedger.
Well, maybe not.
You're bad. You're bad. Who's next? Oh my God.
You know what? I was thinking, oh, shall I hedge this? And I thought, you know what?
Why wouldn't you hedge it?
Not even forced. I thought, you know what? If it goes down, it goes down. I've got to manage the trade, because that means I've got to be on. I think I was going to work. Yeah. I was
my God.
No, I was going into the office the next day, and I thought, I have not got time to manage this trade for the next couple of days, because yeah, I'm not going to be near my computer like that. But But then I saw this bullish order block and I was like, oh, that is a really good entry because it's on the 78.6 and that is basically perfect, like absolutely perfect.
Oh my God.
Quick question, Leandra, you just mentioned something. For the folks that do work, what are some tips that you would give concerning trade management? Is it that you check every hour, every 4 hours, or you only trade certain pairs during the time frame that you're not at work, or what's at least 2 tips, 3 tips that you would give?
Well, yeah, sure, that's a great question. Firstly, I don't normally trade pairs. I normally trade US30. So pairs are all literally right, not brand new, but I'm just getting into the swing of it. I don't trade when I work in the office. So say if I've got a trade running, like already on, then cool, I'll just like check it, I'll put alerts in, but I wouldn't enter a trade if I'm physically in the office. You know, because you get like loads of distractions, people want to chit chat and all this kind of stuff. And it's just not viable like to trade in the office. So I don't trade in the office. I mainly trade when I'm at home because I can have 2 screens and my phone and I can work at the same time. If you've got that flexibility, it's really good because you can just set alerts and trade when it's appropriate for you. Before I started like practicing Todd's strategy, ICT has optimal trade entry times. I think Alicia and Des and some other people say these times as well in the Discord. So I'll just trade the afternoon. So I'll trade from like 1:30 or 12 o'clock. I'll start looking at the charts, and then 1:30 I'll see if there's any setups, and I'll trade from like 1:30 till lunchtime, New York time. So that'll be till 12. I'll try to see a setup in that time, enter the trade, and then I'll be done for the afternoon. Unless I've been really busy at work and I haven't been able to enter, I'll enter after work at like 6 o'clock till 9. But I don't like entering in the afternoon because I mean, it just takes away from my afternoons. But yeah, I would just, if you can, like Todd said about back testing, because once you back test, you can see when's the best time to get in for that pair. I think it was, was it NZD you were looking at, Todd?
Which one?
NZD JPY?
No, Euro NZD?
Euro NZD. I don't know if I've got it here. I don't know if I've got it on here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, because I was just looking at what he was talking about. And if you put in sessions in chart, and if you go to like the 15-minute, and you can see when is the times that this pair moves the most, or moves like, you know, makes the biggest move, so, or like 100 pips. So you can back test and see, okay, cool, like it's the overlap. I see at the overlap, it's making, you know, some big strong moves here. It's making some big strong moves here as well. Or like, you know, it's made a big strong move here. Okay, so I'm going to trade. I'm going to switch to my time frame. It's on London at the moment, or wherever you are in the world. You can, you know, switch to your time frame and block that out. Like you can make a box or lines or whatever you want to do and block that area out. And only look at that area when you're back testing and say, I'm going to look at this time frame from like, I think that's 1 o'clock till 12:45 till 4:45 London time. And I'm only going to trade at those times. But for me, it's quite flexible because I try and do all my work that I need to do at work in the morning. And then in the afternoon, it's mainly a lot of meetings, or I really don't have that much to do, so I can just trade. But yeah, I hope that helps.
Thank you so much, especially for that tip of, well, you know, you still enter, well, where you will see the need to enter once you get the confirmation, but just me, I'm a visual person, so seeing it on the screen, okay, these are the times I should be looking for. That's a tip. I think I'm gonna implement that this week.
Yeah, I think it really helps that, especially if you've got limited time on the markets, like you said, you work in. It's really good to, like, I know Todd says, oh, get in at any time, but he does trade a lot of London times. And that is when the best setups he finds for his peers. But I think if, you know, he said, if you've got like peers that are suited to you, when you're back testing, block out the times, and then, you know, so you can see, okay, in this time on my lunch break or whatever, I can get in. This is when, you know, a setup normally forms, or, you know what I mean? So I think it helps to have set times, and it also helps with trade management as well. I found it does. Yeah. It's my little two-piece. Any questions, anyone? Why disappear? Nope. Who's next?
Finally.
Also, did anyone take this NAS trade? Because it was like absolutely amazing.
No, nobody took it.
No one.
Nobody swings nice.
Yeah, but have you seen this trade? It was absolutely, I marked it up and I was like, oh my days, this is absolutely perfect.
It's beautiful.
It's absolutely amazing. I should have got in for that. Yeah. I did take a US 30 trade as well, but I was on the demo.
All righty then, guys. It's 10:18. Do we have one more person? We had one more person, but
So which indicator was you talking about, Barbara?
The sessions one?
I'll put it in the chat for you.
Okay, thank you.
okay. I think Rosa was the last person. Rosa, did you not want to share?
Okay, let me share. Okay, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you're actually on an iPhone, right?
Well, I came to my computer because I did want to show you what I
Okay,
did.
all right.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna try to share. Let me see. This is new to me. Hold on, let me see if I can get to my share button. Oh, okay. Okay, can y'all see the screen?
No.
No.
Oh, shoot. Let me see. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I may not be able to share because this is new to me and I'm hitting that share button, but I don't see, let me see, I'm hitting share screen, but I don't, share screen, control. But I can't, but anyway, I can talk, let me just talk it. When I went on the 4 hour, I took the USDJ trade. So when I went on the 4 hour and I seen the pullback, that's when I got in. And I wrote, but my goal was to ride it all the way up to the 50%. I filled the weekly candle and that's where I wanted to go to. But it kept going up to wherever it was pulling back at. It kept hitting it like 3 times. Yeah. And I didn't get out of the trade until Friday because I wanted it to go all the way. And it pulled way back and I almost got scared and wanted to get out and I didn't. And so I finally, at the end of the day on Friday, I just closed the trade. I was in profit though, but my goal was to just ride it all the way up to that 50% where I had filled that weekly candle and it didn't do it. And then I was saying, well, Monday, when Sunday come, I was gonna go back in USDJ and try again because that's the goal. That's where I'm thinking it's gonna go.
Okay, so why are you hell bent on taking the USD JPY trade to the 50%? What if it
Because
doesn't go?
I feel that weekly candle,
I
and
did too.
I just assume and so I marked that 50%, and the moving average, no, not the moving average, but with the fib, it's just a thought process. I just think that it's gonna hit the 50% at least. The candle is so long that it's gonna pull back to it. I don't know when, but I'm just like, it's going to do it. And that was my confidence because even through the week, it went way down. It went past, I lost the money, but I held on with confidence thinking, no, you're going up there. You're gonna at least hit that before you come down. And I wasn't gonna close it. I had confidence all the way through Friday to just hold it. But when I seen that at least 3 times it had stopped at that same spot, and I got out, I said, okay, I'm just gonna stop and just wait until next week and try it again.
So I don't necessarily disagree. I think it will, I think it will go up and fill this imbalance. But it's going to go without me because, I'm on to the next trade. So if people in here traded this, you kind of understand the importance of catching. I caught this initial move and I caught it for 100 and some pips, and I made my money, and I was able to be out of the market. So it's important to me to make my money and be on the sideline and maybe look for another opportunity, even though I don't trade it at this point, but going forward, I will eventually start trading those other opportunities too. But, I think it's important as traders that we take advantage of what we see when we see it. And that will allow us to grow our accounts, and more importantly, grow our confidence in our setups. I think that this is going to go up too, but at least you're in profit.
We lost you, Ty.
Okay. Let me know what I'm back.
Hear you.
Let me know what okay, I'm back now, right? Can y'all hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So I just think it's important as traders that we take advantage of those moves so we can keep our confidence, right? And it's awesome that you closed this trade out in profit and that you were able to hold it the entire week. A lot of people wouldn't be able to do that, but I do believe that it'll go up before pushing down too. So I haven't lost the faith in that. It's just that there are other setups that I see for the upcoming week. Do you guys have any questions over anything that we covered?
No, I've definitely learned from my mistakes this week.
That's at the end of the day, that's what it's about learning from our mistakes. But more importantly, maybe you saw something today while we were back testing that you can use next week for your trade setups. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.